It made me feel like I have hope, like I can reach for something that feels so impossible. Just as Arden Cho was about to retire from acting and EJA was on the brink of feeling defeated, K-pop demon hunters came into their lives. EJA and Arden breaks down their entire process for the breakthrough movie, from the first voice note they recorded, understanding what Rumi's character was all about, what it means to them to represent their Korean heritage, and so much more.
Things were not working out. No matter how much I worked hard trying to be perfect, it's just not working. And I think Golden was the song I needed at that time. And so when singing it, naturally cried, and I feel like it helped me feel like there is some hope and maybe I can reach for something that feels so impossible. Hi, I'm EJ.
Hi, I'm Arden Cho.
And this is how we became Rumi in K-pop Demon Hunters. I got on the project before the script was written. It was a very small team back then. And Maggie and Chris told me about the plot of the movie, and I fell in love instantly. The struggle that Rumi goes through, the duality of things, and trying to accept all parts of herself, that was definitely something that, it hit a nerve. Da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Also, just the fact that it's a big animated film based in Korea is the first time I've ever heard of one, so I was definitely right on it.
I think for me, I had basically retired, and I was like, I'm done. I traveled, I did all the bucket list things, and I remember my team was shocked because they were just like, wait, what do you mean? There's still other opportunities, but I think I just felt so discouraged that my heart had left. But then my agent would send me things here and there and be like, what about this? What about this? And K-pop Demon Hunters was one of those projects that when it came in my inbox and I was like, wait, Maggie? King? Kang Sungnim, that was my mom's last name. And so I was like, oh my gosh, she's Korean. Then for me, it was like, I would love to be Celine. I thought it was so cool. And I didn't even consider anything else. And I did a voice note for my Celine audition. I was in a hotel. I think I was in Korea at the time. And that became, I guess, something that made them think Rumi. And I was so excited because I didn't even consider that I would be right for Rumi. I listened to it recently and it was really funny because in my mind I had done a very mature, older voice. And I listened to it and I go, oh, it sounds like Rumi. But that was my first audition and that's what got me the call back for Rumi. I mean, something about voice memos. I know I wrote Golden in a voice memo. Voice memo, I know.
Those voice notes. I got a call from a producer and they asked me, hey, would you be down to sing for Rumi? It was in the midst of singing all these demos, amazing millions of demos. And I was just like, of course. I love Rumi, the character herself, and I connect with her so much. And being able to emote her emotions through singing, huge honor. And also was quite efficient because since I wrote a lot of the songs, it was just an easy transition into singing for Rumi.
My callback was in person, and I remember I was in Korea at the time, and they gave me the option. They were like, do you want to do your callback on Zoom? And having experienced 20 plus years in the business, doing in front and behind, I was like, ooh, in-person auditions are the way. And so I remember flying in for that. And after that first audition, I was like, ooh, I feel like I know Rumi. But I think maybe auditioning for Celine helped that. I think because it helped me understand more of Rumi. Because you know what I'm talking about.
100%.
I can't really share some of this, but I know EJA knows.
The secret?
EJA knows the secret.